Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, that's why they're called Radiohead. Oh, hey, didn't see you guys there. Mike O'Keefe, episode 37, Buddy of the Groom, The Search for Multiple Idiots. I'm getting deep. I'm searching every which way. I'm turning over rocks. I'm turning over stones, trying to find my groomsman. Let's see if Billy Procida, the Manwhore himself, the host of the Manwhore podcast, is on the show today. He takes a stab at being one of my groomsmen, being a Bologna boy. And I'll be honest with you, we get open about dong stuff. This is a very sexual episode, all sorts of sex things. But I appreciate Billy being on the show. He was in town doing a live episode of his podcast at North Bar, which I heard went swimmingly. And he's a very funny guy. His podcast, I really enjoy. And it's not just, it's not just smut. He really gets into his emotions and how he deals with relationships and how he loves people, essentially. And he was open on this show. He's open on his podcast. He's fantastic. Billy is Procida is his Twitter and Instagram. Procida is how you spell Procida. Go follow him. Go check out Manwhore Podcast. Thanks again to Billy for being on the show. Thank you for you guys for listening to the show. I appreciate that. We're having a fun time. This is 37. You guys have been leaving some great posts on iTunes and on the Facebook page. We're almost at 300 on the Facebook page. That's pretty great. So go give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on social media at Multiple Idiots, at the Mike O'Keefe. Throw us 5 stars on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts. If you can throw someone 5 stars on Stitcher or Spotify, or if you see me on the street and you want to show me some stars in the sky, you want to point to 5 stars when I'm near you, that's great. We're 5 stars, baby, just like old Davey Meltzer. But follow us at Multiple Idiots, at the Mike O'Keefe, at Billy is Procida, Manwhore Podcast. It's very fun. Get into it. Also, if you're enjoying how my voice sounds and other things that I'm saying, you're probably going to enjoy some other Jazz Fuzz podcasts. We got Travel Disasters with future guest Mary Kate Beck. She talks about when traveling goes awry, which it frequently does in this post-whatever society. She wants to know your terrible stories, and she's telling hers. So listen to her show, Travel Disasters with Mary Kate Beck. Awesome. Thank you so much. Rate everybody 5 stars. Give yourself 5 stars. I don't know how you do that, but give yourself 5 stars just in your everyday life because you're killing it. You're doing great, and I appreciate you. And now let's go for a little ride. Let's go for a little spin. Let's have an experience with Billy Procida and Mike O'Keefe. Let's get into it. Here we go. We're here. This is the first episode I've done in my house, Billy.
Oh, wow.
This is I'm usually in lovely Jazz Fuzz studios in Uptown, but we're coming to you from the couches.
Yes, we are.
In my lovely apartment.
You can't be a comedian and live here. This is ridiculous.
It is that we have wood cabinets. We have chairs. It's a lovely place that was here way before I was
bet your
involved.
mattress isn't on the floor.
It's not.
It's in a bed.
It's in a bed frame.
Wow.
It's great. I think that's the one thing that comedians need to start doing. Just a bed frame. Just a fucking bed frame.
The worst I did is I slept on a futon for about like a year and a half, 2 years. When I was subletting from someone, they provided said futon, but
that's different for subletting.
Yeah, but it's like I've never done the mattress on the floor. Like when I hear multiple women when I'll go on dates, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, I used to date a comic, but just like he had his mattress on the floor." It was like, "Are you a child?" And like I'm barely an adult, but like I at least know like you need a bed.
You need at least 2 feet between you and the ground.
Something.
And you're a guy who talks about beds. You're a bed man.
I'm a bed guy.
You get into beds.
My ex built my bed.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So my ex
Walk me
uses
through
they
that.
them pronouns, but they're like,
So I apologize.
Oh no, you don't fucking know.
I had no
That
idea.
is one thing. It's like the people who can't be gracious in correcting don't deserve the graciousness of respecting whatever you want.
My man. So our last episode, a friend of the show, Shannon Knoll, was on.
Shannon's on my show on Friday.
She's great.
Oh,
Or,
great.
shit, I just did it again. Holy fuck.
Man, I haven't even
They're fantastic.
I haven't met them yet, and I knew.
Big Shan is so funny. They're amazing.
And they're going to get interrupted.
And we had this same exact conversation where where they were just like, hey, if you're trying and you're not doing it on accident.
That's
Love
all
you.
it is. Some people just want to see you make a face go, fuck my bad. And that's it.
Which I'm doing all the time. That is my life.
I think Chicago might be starting to get more liberal than Brooklyn. I went to a couple of your coffee shops, baby. And I'm like,
we
whoa.
are trying.
And again, you also put up like I mean, look, I almost teared up when I was driving in. I saw the big ass American flag.
Giant.
Under it, there's also a giant rainbow flag. But I was also like, this is like when I saw like a 50-foot flag in Kentucky, and I thought like, someone's overcompensating for their patriotism. Like, this is much.
So, where do I stand on Chicago's dedication to liberalism? It is, the heart's in the right place, but there's a lot of nitpicking, and this is exactly what we need to be talking about on my show about fake groomsmen. No.
Well, I'm the groomsman who's gonna be not fun because I'm gonna say like, dude, come on, man, you can't say that.
You know what you're doing.
I'm the guy who like says, dude, come on, that's homophobic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the annoying one.
I love it. And every crew needs one.
But I will keep us from being blogged about.
I love it.
That is my role.
I love it. The last thing I want is to have a BuzzFeed and or Jezebel covered bachelor party. That's all I want. I don't want Jezebel to be
if your
involved at all.
bachelor party got covered by Jezebel and you didn't also like help volunteer for cancer kids, then you fucked up.
100%.
Because that's the only other reason they would write about you.
Yeah. So let's talk about your show for a quick second because I find it fascinating. Because how did it start and how did it get to be what it is now? And also, Mallory, my lovely girlfriend, told me I need to just hand sanitize everything in the apartment after you're here.
It's okay. It's okay. No, I washed my hands this morning. I do a show called the Manwhore Podcast where I started in 2014 talking to women I've hooked up with about sex, dating, and why we didn't work out.
Okay.
I had this weird problem where women would sleep with me, but they wouldn't date me, and I wanted to find out why.
Can I tell you why I think it is?
Why?
You got the best eyes in the game, buddy.
Thank you. But then why wouldn't they want to all stick
Wake
around?
up to that forever? Yeah.
Stick around. You know, it's and so like I like cuddles, I like love, I wanted a girlfriend, but it was always the woman who wanted to keep it super casual with me.
Okay.
And so I was like, and when it happened for the umpteenth time, I was just like, okay, let's ask them.
Let's dive into this.
Yeah, and so I've been doing that like every week for years. I hate myself. Like, look, I didn't say I've corrected all my flaws, but I do know a lot of my flaws.
Yeah.
But now I talk to like various sex educators and porn stars and sex workers and queer performers. I'm interviewing my first senator next week, a state senator in New York. So like, yeah, you know,
that's the next logical step.
That is.
That it really is.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Good for you. Good for you. And now, before you started doing the podcast, were you going to orgies? Were you doing stuff like that?
Group sex?
Group sex, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not correct. I'm clarifying the question.
Okay, yeah.
So I had not been to like a sex party proper. I'd been to a naked party that got a little orgiastic towards the end. I'd been to a lot of like bukkake gangbang stuff. I've been to a lot of like, I'd gotten comfortable around dicks. Like I'd been to a lot of multi-dick, one or two lady situation thing. And then I started going to the first sex party I went to was like 6 months after starting the show.
Okay.
I'd been on their mailing list for a while. I just hadn't actually gone to one.
So they have a mailing list the same way like a rock club would.
Or the way like most comedians should but don't.
Yeah, yes. 100%. The way I have been slacking for the last decade, 100%.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to me because and this might just be a Midwest thing, or, whatever. That seems like a whole other world.
I mean, y'all got them out here.
I'm sure we do.
Yeah.
I'm sure we do. But it just seems here's the question. And this is going to sound like I'm trying to get invited to one of these.
Well, that's where I was planning on having the bachelor party. That was kind of the idea, but like obviously you can't play with no one without permission, so we're just gonna tie you up and make you watch all your groomsmen fuck people.
Oh,
that was my plan.
I'd love to do that. That sounds amazing.
I know a good rope person.
You know a ropeman?
Oh yeah, a rope man, a rope woman, a rope whoever, and then they'll have the good rope. You can't just get any rope.
Yeah,
I'm no expert, but they got fancy rope.
Fancy rope.
It's specific for doing rope scenes. Yeah, maybe we'll even do suspension when we bring the cake out. Because you would think, look, both of us are a little thicker slices of meat, and yes, but you could be geared up to hang hogtied from a fixed point in a room.
I love that.
Now what your weight is.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
I kind of want to do it just so I can feel thin and airy for a moment. I've never felt thin in my life, and I was like, oh, that seems like it would do wonders for my body dysphoria. I'll be like, look, I'm floating in midair. If I was a fat fuck, I could never, right? So I must be okay.
I'm Peter Pan now.
Yes. Yes, as
I'm levitating.
As some gothy dude with a weird name, just hoists me up.
D'Artagnan's got you on the pulley, and you're levitating. God, I love that.
Yeah.
So that'll go down as your bachelor party. I'm tied up. I'm bound.
That's my bachelor party.
I love it.
And then, but it's at a sex party, and so we get to go off and do our thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Ideally, you have good, fun groomsmen, and then we'll just find people, and you kind of have to watch and see what you're going to miss out on.
So this is a little bit anti-marriage, or it's just fun for me to watch my buddies fuck?
It depends on your scope of life. I mean, are you a monogamous person?
I would like to think so. Yes.
Okay.
I think I am. I would say track record wise, I am, but I feel like I'm always changing and growing.
Sure.
I came from therapy to this. And so I think that I don't know what my life is going to look like in, 10, 12 years. Sure. But as of right now, I'm a lock it down man.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no, so you choose to not fuck the other people.
Yes, that's my. That's how I describe it. Yeah,
I mean that's how I like it because there are people who say, "Well, what are you talking about? I found my person. I do not need to have." No, well, it's like no wonder. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying need, but you still want. We don't stop wanting to have sex with other people.
100%
right.
Yeah.
So it's you're choosing not to.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. But you have to. We all got to recognize it for what it is.
I think it would be disingenuous and a little bit dishonest if I said, hey, I only look at my girlfriend. I think that would be I think that would be lying in a very weird way.
Yeah.
Because it's human nature to look at someone on the street and be like, oh, fucking.
Yeah, and anyone who says they've never thought someone else was hot while they're with someone else is lying.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy talk.
Because we're like, what are you talking about? I don't want to fuck anyone else. And then you bring up Chris Hemsworth, and then they say, oh my God, that's my guy. I want to fuck that. And we're like, oh, see?
There it is. Yeah. That is, well, here's how crazy that is. On Saturday night, we went to.
No one's checking.
On Saturday night. What if I was like, no, that it has to be true. It's got to be real.
What's weirder is if someone sent you an email and be like, that wasn't last night.
That was on Saturday.
I've been watching. I watch your Instagram stories.
Literally, we stayed up with a bunch of our couples friends and till about 4 a.m. just drinking, smoking weed, and playing would you fuck this person? And I think
that's kind of how a lot of orgies start. I just want to let
you know.
Is it really? That is how.
How close was I?
You were 60% of the way there.
Oh my God!
And if you were, if you were playing just Mario Kart together, you're already towards.
Well, Mario Kart's way more sensual than would you fuck Tony Hale?
Dude, a lot of the kinky poly people are fucking such nerds.
Really?
Such nerds.
Oh my God.
I'm not they're losers. No, kidding. But it's just I'm a loser in a different way.
Yeah.
I'm a sad loser. I'll go casino by myself for 27 hours. That's my
too
brand
long.
of loser.
That is way too long.
No, but they're super into Dungeons and Dragons and you go to LARPing events, you'll meet a bunch of poly people, I'm sure.
Is there a lot of poly people in the pro wrestling community? Have you met any like pro wrestlers?
I have not.
If
met
you're allowed to say.
No, I've not. I've not. Although I do know like wrestling sex workers in the sense of like they get paid to wrestle dudes in a sensual, erotic way.
That's a very
it's a whole thing.
It's a classic thing. Apartment wrestling. There was like magazines and shit.
I know chicks who they don't fuck other dudes. They don't dom. They don't do BS. Like literally all they don't do any other brand of sex work other wrestling fucking men.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. That's the one thing I came up because I had some road stuff last week, and so I think I whipped through about 3 or 4 of your episodes of your podcast, and the one thing I came away with from all of these was these are adults who are making decisions that they're happy with,
right.
And that's amazing. Yeah. That's like one of the best things that I can hope for anyone.
Right. You know? And I think we do get there's a lot of people now who they'll say, I mean, there's still people who say, oh, you shouldn't do that. That's wrong, whatever. But there's people who, I think the next step is to get the people who say, oh, that's great, but it's not for me, to just leave off that tagline.
Oh, yeah.
That's the next step. Because like I think there's a lot of people who will say, oh, no, I'll do that for sure. And it's this backhanded compliment where we go like,
it is weird, right?
I was like, bitch, no one asked you.
Yeah. It's like, you are most certainly not invited.
Yeah, no one was interested in Paula coming to this. Yeah. You did not get an invite and turn it down. You're like, because right now you're rejecting an entire group of people who didn't even invite you, and it's insulting.
Yeah. I totally get that. With that said, let me come to one of these.
No, please, bring it on.
I am super in. Is there anything that would stop you from, like, is there a worst case scenario in all of this for you? Is there something that could possibly happen that would kind of sour you to everything? Does that make sense?
Everything of what?
To like a sex party.
What's
the worst case scenario?
The worst case scenario, probably the second worst case scenario happened.
What happened?
Oh, no, I went to a party.
If you don't want to.
No, there's like 100 people on Twitter who don't like me, right? Okay. It's like a solid 100.
Really?
But they're like, Leonidas is 300. Like, it's 300 people, but they fight like 5,000 men, all right?
Yeah, okay.
So I upset people from time to time. I'm evolving. And so...
Good for you.
I got reported at a sex party a couple years ago.
Okay.
Someone reported me through the official channels and said...
It's a very self-policing community.
The community I'm a part of, Hacienda, is very good at that, and they've gotten better at it, I should say.
Okay.
And they do have formal systems of reporting things because that's how you keep the community safe.
That must be a hallmark to a successful community.
I think it's a very good system. Yeah. When they hit me up, they said, we need you to come in. And you'll understand why they phrase it this way in a second. But they were like, look, this is as a formality because it was through the official channels, so you have to come in as part of this process.
Okay.
Because she did not accuse me of raping or assaulting or being even really inappropriate. I was accused of bumping into someone. And then they were like, oh, did he grope you and grab you? And she was like, no, he bumped into me. It was on purpose.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, did you? I was like, I didn't even know she was at the party. It's 200 people here.
Yeah.
I have depth to me. It's hard to get through the tight spaces of people. It's a lot of excuse me, sorry, passing through.
Yeah.
And so she reported me for that, and then they obviously did not ban me because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
they knew she was being ridiculous, and they came through. They said, thank you for coming through the process. We just have to do this. I was like, I respect that. I was happy.
Yeah.
I was happy to go
that's how it should work.
Because I was like, oh, I didn't do anything bad, and, whatever. Yeah. So months later, I go to a party, and I walk in with my date, who was at the time my girlfriend, and we're sitting through the consent workshop because new people have to sit through a little, 15, 20-minute consent speech, party etiquette stuff. And since my ex was new at the time, I also had to go with them.
What I'm about to say is going to sound ridiculous, but I think it's 100% true. They should have that for stand-up comedy open mics. 100%. Just like, hey, this is how this works. Don't be a dick.
You know what's better is we should do it in school.
Yeah, also that.
Everyone should go through it.
100% school.
Maybe more
definitely.
than 15 minutes. Yeah. What a world we would live in.
Yeah.
So we're at that, and then right after the consent workshop ends, this dude I've never met before. Mm-hmm. Now I'm standing next to one of the inner circle people who run the party.
Yeah.
I'm not like even talking to him really. I happen to be standing next to him.
Yeah.
This guy beelines to us, says to the guy, we'll call him, Earl.
Yeah.
Says to Earl next to me, "What the fuck is Billy doing here?"
Whoa.
Now
Okay.
I have crippling social anxiety. I think people don't like me all the time. I got bullied massively to the point that school admin thought I was going to possibly pull a Columbine, not because I was violent, because that many kids would shit on me every day for so many years. Wow. So I do not do well. Like, I'm being in party situations is rough for me if I don't know where I stand with people at the party.
Yeah. Okay.
So a stranger comes up, says, "What the fuck is he doing here?" And makes like a scene.
Wow.
And that's to me and I was rattled pretty much the whole party.
Of course.
Yeah, and that really fucked me up. Or like I had an ex come up to me once and say some shit, and they pulled some passive aggressive stuff, and then they said this is weird. I go to a party. My ex and I had been broken up for about 7 months.
Yeah.
I go to this party that I introduced them to, and they come up to me towards the end of it. I just finished having sex with my date.
Yeah.
We were getting ready to go. Shay comes up to me and is like, "Oh, hey," and starts making nice conversation. So I'm nervous, but I'm like, okay. I knew they were there the whole time, so I was like, okay. I was nervous, but okay, we're talking. And then at one point I said, "Oh, this is going a lot better than I thought it would."
Okay.
And they were like, "Oh no, I still think you're a total piece of trash."
Whoa.
And by the way, I'm naked. I got total body issues that they know about, and they're making comments like that.
Ugh.
And yeah, so
Is this my mom that was there? Jesus.
She's so good in bed. No, so that's a worst case for me is being singled out, called out.
Yeah.
Made to feel like I don't belong, made to feel like I'm a terrible human being.
Just
or something.
everything that you were going through in your
basically it's
years.
if I walk into a space, I don't want to then think oh, everyone here hates me.
Yeah.
And that's how I
completely yeah.
So that's how sometimes I feel. But that would be the worst case, is if someone just started yelling and screaming at me at a play party.
Yeah.
But again, I've been learning how to keep my cool, and so I think ideally I would hope that the organizers would be fair and ask what happened, and then be like, okay, we're going to kick out the person who's yelling and screaming like a crazy person.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure Billy's okay.
There you
Because,
go.
I have the face of the enemy, so normally they're not too concerned about, is this person okay? They're like, oh, that guy probably did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I look like the guy who did the thing in college. I look like the guy on the poster, so I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, that derailed into drama.
Perfect.
How much does this therapy session cost? I forgot.
None.
But
None
no,
dollars.
I don't think a lot would sour me for sex parties. I think the sex party itself, but not the concept. I wouldn't stop going, but maybe I'd stop going to this one.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And is there there's different, kind of like the same way comedy clubs operate, where this is an alt room, this is kind of a more mainstream down. Is there that?
There's definitely different parties with different vibes or different
okay.
criteria. There's a lesbian kink party.
Okay.
It's very specifically for female identified people who are into BDSM. Okay. And then the woman identified person who shows up and didn't bring whips and paddles, they're like, get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
The regular lesbian orgy is on third Thursdays. This is second Fridays. No, there's definitely different ones. There's different ones that operate in different ways. There are ones that are a little bit more couple-centric, a little more heteronormative.
Okay.
They might be a little bit more swingery, or they might be couple-centric, and it's all about finding unicorns, which is a whole problem at times. Mm-hmm. The one I go to is a bit more of a queer poly burner vibe. So everybody and all the different things are there. Which is what I like about it. Okay. There are definitely different scenes and different parties. Definitely. And there's parties some people don't go to because maybe they don't do a good job at organizing it, or they want to shitty snacks. Who knows?
Is the spread a big deal there? Is the food a big deal?
Depends on the party. At Hacienda, they do 2 a.m. meat or 3 a.m. meat.
Ooh, okay.
So at 3 a.m., this guy Kenneth he'll cook meat. I don't even know what meat it is, but he'll cook meat, and he brings it out at 3 a.m. and everyone kind of it's an unofficial break to the sex madness, so everyone can get some protein, so they can refuel if they want to keep going. There have been a lot of parties where I'm it's 2:30, maybe I'm getting tired. I'm like, maybe I'll go home, and I think, but there's a free.
It's almost meat time.
There's a free meal.
Yeah.
showing up soon. Let's stick it out.
Yeah. Let's hustle off a couple more batches and let's refuel. I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Transitioning a little bit. You ever been to a wedding?
I've been to 2 weddings in my adult life. They were both family members.
Okay.
Actually, at the end of July, I'm going to go to my very first
buddy
non-family.
wedding.
Yeah.
Are you a drinker at all? No?
I drink. I like my whiskey.
Okay.
When my dad calls it the brown juice.
Ooh. We call, my family calls it Jerry. That was my grandfather's name. Have a little bit
Drinking Jerry?
A little bit of Jerry.
Jerry?
A little bit
infused
Jerry.
with his ashes?
Yeah. I would love that. I would love to get his power.
Yeah, I like drinking. But now that I realize, after a certain point, I can either be a drunk, I can do the drunk fun, or I can I'll put it this way. Sometimes I don't want to drink myself out of my options.
Oh my God, 100%.
Because you don't want to meet the girl when you've already passed that threshold, and now it's like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know that I can. I'm more inclined to take your number and let's rain check because I'm not going to do my best work in this current state.
I'm not going to be able to give you the A game.
Yeah.
You're just seeing, I'm like 4 deep. I can't.
If I'm going to be a wedding hookup story, I want it to be like a good story.
Yes, definitely. And I think that's the way to go. And I think you're persona non grata. You're the number one go-to at these nuptials.
I hope so. I mean, so far the family weddings have been very couples heavy. Like everyone,
a lot of them are.
Went to nice schools and they were all very preppy. So everyone's got their person. But this one, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to Montana.
Ooh.
And then I have another wedding at the end of August. So
okay.
Both are friend weddings. We'll see how they go.
Very excited.
I can let loose a little bit more because I'm not going to just be around family.
There you go. Do you dance at all?
I will
dance. Here's the thing. If you can, there's dancers. There's people who dance, and there's people who have fun and dance. You got to be the latter. I think
I am the former.
Okay.
I think I can dance.
Okay.
But I definitely have fun while I think I do that.
Attaboy.
I was on the NYU step team for 3 years.
Really? So. Good for you.
No big deal.
You grew up on the East Coast, correct?
Yeah. Okay. I grew up in North Jersey, went to boarding school in Connecticut, and then I went to New York City for college and kind of never left.
All fellas boarding school? Or okay.
I mean, it might as well. I think it was a 3-to-1 guy to girl ratio, but yeah.
Did you have to go because you got in trouble?
No, because I was a sad boy.
That's amazing.
I wanted to escape the bullying, and then I went to a school that was kind of for problem kids. I went with the worst of the maybe it wasn't the best idea because they were let's get you away from the mean kids at this school, and you'll go to the school where all the schools toss their worst kids.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's I had a very similar situation because I grew up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, which is a college town, but I went to a Catholic school, an intergender Catholic school there, and it was literally the same kids from kindergarten to 8th grade. Mm. And I was like, this is weird. I don't really like this. I kind of want a different vibe. And so my parents were like, okay, we get it. We know what you're trying to say. We'll send you to all boys Catholic high school.
God.
And I was just like, oh man. And so I played football, and that's the main reason I went. But the entire time I was just like, I want to sing my songs.
You want to sing your songs?
I want to sing my songs.
I want to dance.
I want to dance. I want to tell my little stories.
Love dancing. Yeah. I do love. But I'm a solo. I don't dance with women. That's why I don't dance with women at clubs or anything. Because I'm we're just gonna grind. That seems boring. I'd rather just fucking explore the space.
That's my favorite thing anyone's ever said.
For sure.
Because I know exactly what you mean. Because grinding, it's a lovely time when you're in the cafeteria and you're 16 and there aren't usually girls allowed in that cafeteria. That is who grinding is for. But in my 20s, baby, I got to explore the space.
I got moves that are inside of me. It's like David. Bursting. It's we need to chip away to find my moves. They need to come out.
That's my favorite thing. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. But when it comes down to these weddings, what are your DJ no-nos and your DJ yes-pleases?
DJ Yes Please ever since 8th grade has been, can we play a little Run DMC? And
God, you're a good man.
I am, because every DJ's told me sure, and then they don't. Eighth grade graduation, the dance thing, I went up to that dude, must have been 6 times. Yeah. So at the very end of the night, and this again, an 8th grade that like did not like me.
Yeah.
Where I was not a cool kid.
02, 03?
It was 03,
Okay.
and he announced, all right, this last song, this dude's been asking me to play Run DMC all night. Oh, no. And he gave me the mic and had me do It's Tricky. And so part of me knows that, like, part of me really wants to do this.
Yeah.
Because, like, yes, of course I want to rap It's Tricky. Like, and I like to be the center of attention.
It's my redemptive moment.
Yeah, but the other part is like, this is gonna make me not look cool. This is gonna make me look worse. They're gonna be like, oh, why?
They're gonna get me to that boarding school faster somehow.
Yeah. No, so I don't really have too much. I don't really care about the DJ.
Okay.
Terribly much. I want to know what's on your playlist.
For me,
because I want to choreograph some stuff at home. I want to get prepared.
So I truly believe that the best music, if you're gonna have a DJ, the right answer to this question, of course, is get a band. Get a band. Get a fucking band. The right answer in my mind to this, for me, is Motown soul music.
Okay.
Because everyone knows those songs, at least the Midwest.
There's also a lot of two-stepping.
About so much
Easy.
two-stepping.
It's easy to dance to.
It's so easy to dance to.
Grandma can do it.
Grandma can do it. Yeah. I grew up with that music because that's just all that's all that's on the radio. And it's like that and WJLB, which is like the hip-hop station right outside Detroit. And it makes me feel so happy. And it's so joyous. And all the songs are either about I want you back or I love you so much. Isn't it great how much I love you? And it's perfect for this occasion. So that's my go-to. If I got to pick one Run DMC song,
ooh,
because I'd say I'm a huge Wu-Tang guy. I would probably put Run DMC number 2. If I got to go with a Run DMC song, I think if you play Mary Mary at your wedding, I think that's very fun.
I think Mary Mary is wedding appropriate.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah.
I like the choice.
I need your loving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is a good. Oh man, I want to see that be someone's wedding song.
I would love that.
Mary Mary as the wedding song, as the song you two dance to. Your first dance to Mary Mary. Why you bugging? I'd be like, get used to hearing that for the next lifetime.
30 years.
Why you bugging?
Why you bugging?
I was out with my friends. Come on, leave me alone.
Just having some Jerry, baby. I love that. Man, that's good. That's a fantastic answer. So, are you still a hip hop guy? Do you still stay up with hip hop? Or you care?
Oh, I don't keep up to date. So ever since I got to podcasts, I definitely started listening to like less new music. So I learned my music through like DJ earworm mashups. To be honest,
yeah,
I'll be like, oh, okay, these are songs I should probably go listen to independently.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I listen to a lot of podcasts now at this point.
There you go.
But I basically all the songs I do listen to are like old stuff. But they're old only they're only old because I just never updated my library.
I see. I have a weird thing where I listen to mostly old stuff too, but I was in like punk and hardcore bands in my formative years. And then I became like 26 and I was like, I think I missed out on a lot of stuff. So like if you look at my Spotify from the last 2 years, it's like REM, U2, Billy Joel, it's all stuff that regular people have been listening to forever. Yeah. And so I can't talk about new music with people because I'm like, oh, you guys hear this REM record that came out in 1987? You guys like that? It's very weird.
I think what I would want in mine is just the entire 3-hour reception is I hire people to do Hamilton.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Do some of the Hamilton songs.
Just Hamilton straight through.
Well, Hamilton the whole album is sung through.
Yeah,
so it makes sense to act it out while we're at it.
Look at this apartment. You think I haven't seen Hamilton? Get out of here.
I've seen it twice.
It is love. It is fantastic.
Yeah, I took my mom the second time.
Yeah.
And she kind of sort of pseudo caused us to be late. Like
caused you to be late
a little bit. Like we were in the theater, but we were still getting the drink while the first song started. Like, she didn't really actually get to sit down probably till halfway through, like, Aaron Burr. Like,
oh, wow.
Which is unfortunate because she misses this beautiful
the beginning of Hamilton is amazing.
Yeah. The first time I went, I went by myself, and then I got to not have anyone ruin it for me. It was there. I didn't pay for it. It was like I just, it chilled. I got to watch.
That's amazing.
Oh, it was a good show.
My mom's coming into town next weekend for 4th of July, and she was like, I think should we go see Hamilton? And I was like, what are you don't like musicals? What are you talking about? And I was like, okay, do a little bit more research and tell me if you still want to go see Hamilton. And she was like, oh, it's rap music. I don't think I can see that. And I was like, what?
But she could.
She could, though. It's incredibly accessible.
Yeah.
And it's about America, the country my mother loves.
Yeah.
Whatever. Here's another question.
All right.
Registry items. What are your top 3 registry items? What should we get on the registry?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I am a big fan of people buying me things. I'm very poor.
Yeah.
So, like my bed.
Do you want to plug the Patreon real quick? Do you want to plug the Patreon for the podcast real quick?
Yeah, they go to the podcast because, I don't want to make people give me money until they've heard the thing. And when they hear it, they'll be like, yeah, we should do that. Yeah. But I do have an Amazon wish list, which I took out of, I took a page out of the notebook of porn stars.
Yeah. I was just about to say, like porn ladies.
Exactly. Yeah. And eventually I was like, oh, I think I should have one of these too. And my friends in porn were like, yeah, duh. And then so I've gotten fucking plane tickets. Someone bought me a bed. These shoes were from Eliz. Like
wow. Right.
Ideally, I don't pay for anything. That's who needs money when just people will buy me the things I need?
This is why a lot of people get into comedy, and I love it.
Yeah, people get into comedy, so strangers on the internet buy them shit.
100%. That's the only reason to do it. Not any sort of love for the game or, past turmoil. Nope. Shoes.
Well, obviously, I think y'all need on the registry lube. And you need different types of lube. You want to make sure you have your variety because you need your silicone-based lube, but you need water-based lube for the times when, you want to use your silicone products. You can't mix silicone lube with silicone products. It'll fuck it up. Yeah. So you need a silicone. You maybe get an oil-based lube also. See if someone can get you, one brand's full set.
Like a variety pack of
the variety pack. If there's a brand that's got just one of each type of thing, that could help you out.
Okay.
You could throw coconut oil in there.
Yeah.
But that you just get at the supermarket.
That's very, very accessible.
You want your lubes? That'll be good. Get the nice ropes.
Get the nice ropes, okay.
And for your rope play that you don't do, but you will do. You'll try. It's not that you're gonna be doing it, but one day she's gonna want to try it.
Yeah.
And you'll be somewhat prepared.
Yeah.
And you're never gonna go buy the nice rope play ropes otherwise. So make this the opportunity for someone to get you something that you might need eventually.
There's never going to be a rainy day and it'll be like, oh, what if I've been meaning to go to the sexy rope store? That's never going to happen. So
never happen. Yeah,
you're
put
100%
it on there
right.
because I think that's a good opportunity to get it out of the way.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
and then if you want to make your dick obsolete,
I've been needing to do that since I was 15 years old. Really?
I would recommend one of my longtime sponsors, the Motor Bunny.
Okay.
Which is a $1,000 sex toy.
It's $1,000.
I think it's 8 something plus tax or whatever. But you do get $50 off when you use promo code Stay Slutty. So there is that.
There you go.
And it's basically like a boat engine with a dildo on it.
It is fucking unreal.
It's intense.
Is it one of those Sibian things?
It's basically a more affordable Sibian.
Wow.
So it's the same type of product, although they have a new one that's a thruster that Sibian doesn't have. But so it's basically the same type. It's just more affordable than the Sibian.
Yeah.
I also like that you can finance it.
They have a payment plan.
If you want, you can get it down to I think $35 a month, which I say do it just for the awkward repo man situation a year and a half later. And
just because you forgot. It was $35 a month. That's an easy amount of money to forget.
I am
for some people.
I mean, I'm also professionally poor, so it also could be a type of money where I'm like, I just can't pay this one, right? Not for a few months. So I like that, and it is so powerful. It's so intense. I've used it on me, not for nothing, and it's pretty dope. The first time I actually unboxed it was with my ex-girlfriend, and I sat on it first. It's my toy, so I'm gonna.
Of course. Of course,
I get the Pop It's Cherry while it pops mine.
When I got a Nintendo 64 for my Christmas back in 1997, I didn't let my dad play it first. I'm fucking playing it. I get it, man.
So I had that in me, and then my girlfriend at the time straddled me, so I was in her. She felt my dick. She didn't just feel the vibration on her. My dick that was inside of her was a vibrator.
Holy oh my God.
So it does turn us into what we've always longed, because I think the only improvement to the penis is a battery.
Human vibrator.
Yeah, if it could vibrate, I think we could really make a run at it against those sex toys.
Yeah.
So
that are taking over our society.
Exactly.
I think we can do this.
Yeah. So I think that's a dope toy, and I think that's a good one to put on a registry.
I love it. I love that
also
they were
his
all...
and her napkins. Or hand towels or whatever.
Yeah, we'll get a monogram.
Yeah, get that.
We'll get a monogram with our initials and a picture of a Sibian. We'll get that on there. Yeah, why not? That's fantastic. I love it. I love that so much.
It's such, dude, I have 2 of them now.
Do you have 2?
I've never had to pay. They send them to me.
Yeah, of course.
But they sent me a second one last year, and I was like, "Do you want the old one back?" And they were like, "No, you keep 2." I was like, because they can break these open, because they had a newer model, but they can rip it open, put the new shit inside, whatever. So they could have use for it.
Okay.
If I had sent it back. So, but they sent me a second one. I still haven't opened it. But I've been waiting for the opportunity to do dueling banjos with a gal.
I think that's 100% what you need to do.
I want her to have one. I want to have one in me, one in her. We both control each other's. But yeah.
Mine was a trumpet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was an old model.
Yeah.
No, I really want to do that scene at some point, but I've just been waiting for the opportunity.
I think here's the next thing. You put wheels on them. Battle bots in your apartment.
Hilarious!
I think that's the way to go.
Just like when you're kids and you're on like one of those like little mini I don't know fire engines. So, but really it's your feet that pedals. So we're just both on both of it.
Yeah.
It's just a combination of just like pain because thighs, but also pleasure because I never thought of that. That's really smart.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
That's a free one from Buddy of the Groom.
That's a promo video.
That's $25 tier on the Patreon right there. Oh man! So if you're, do you think you'll ever get married in your life at all, or you're open to it? What's
very open to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to get a woman to stick around for like a couple of years.
It seems like from what you said about the beginning of the podcast, it seems like that's kind of the goal for now. It's the short term goal.
Yeah, I mean, or at least it's because. Obviously now, like I started the show when I was 24, and honestly, the answer a little bit was,
"Fuck, hey, those are some growth years, dude."
Yeah, and I was like lovesick, just wanting that thing. I was like a puppy chasing the fucking fire hydrant, so it wasn't like I was in love with the concept of being in love.
Yeah.
I've had a couple girlfriends since starting the podcast, but still, my longest relationship has been like 21 months. So I would like some longevity first, but I'm very open to marriage if it makes sense. But for me, again, I'm a non-monogamous person. So that's still always going to be part of it. So yeah, no, I'm open.
But I know of marriages of like people that I know.
100%.
That are open, and they're some of the happiest people I know because they get to do what they want to do.
Yeah, or if you're poly, then you got all like your different relationships going on. Like I'm very open to the marriage thing. It's just not even on my radar. Like same thing with kids. It's not that I'm like to kids, but I'm just I'm trying to make sure I can support myself.
Yeah.
First.
I get it. Yeah.
I'm still looking for a place to sleep the next couple of nights, right? It's like let me do that one first, and then. But again, like open to the concept of kids, but it'd have to be in the right context. So. Yeah, no, but marriage, I could do it.
Yeah, love it.
I'm a fan of like reward points. I like loyalty programs. Like, so I want that in my love life. Like, whether it's a fuck buddy or whatever. If I like being around this person, I would like to be around them for a long time.
More time. Yeah, jeez, I get it, man. Yeah. I'm on board.
If I get tossed out like a Cadillac approaching 100,000 miles, there's like this is gonna break down and not work for me pretty soon. Let's toss it.
Listen, ladies, if you're out there, Billy wants to settle down, but not all the way.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say settle down.
I wouldn't.
What would you call it?
Well, I don't like it when people say
settle down.
Settle down.
It sounds pejorative.
Well, settle down.
It sounds
or
weird.
Serious.
Yeah.
Does not equal monogamous.
Yeah. Okay.
So when people say settle down, it's like, yes, I would like to settle down.
Of course. Yeah.
But settling down does not mean I want to be monogamous.
Yeah.
And that's a common misconception. Like people will say, like, oh, they'll say like, don't you ever want to settle down? I'll be like, of course.
Yeah.
But they mean settle down as don't you want to get serious
and stop,
which means
doing
exclusive.
what you do.
Yes.
Yeah, stop doing what you do.
But I would like to settle down.
Yeah. You want
I like consistency. I like that in my life.
We're creatures of habit.
If I can be really honest, I really like I like coming home to someone.
Holy fuck. Yeah. It's one of the best things in my life.
To come home to someone who
I love
loves
it
you
so much. I really do. And it's one of these things where I'll go on the road. Like I'm going on the road this weekend, and I'm going on the road again in 2 weeks for like a longer stretch. And it's just so comforting and, it just really makes me feel very just good and taken care of and loved, to just know that I can come back to my spot and my person's going to be there, and we're going to be able to laugh and do our thing. It's great. It's such a big part of my life, and I really love it.
It's such a sweet, nice feeling.
Yeah.
And it's and I had an ex who wasn't living with me, but like would spend long stretches with me when she temporarily moved back to a different city. So she would like come drive back every here and there and spend like a week, and then so she would like pseudo live with me. Yeah. And I was like, and I would come home from doing whatever I was doing while she was like looking for jobs or whatever. And I really liked just like she was there, and there's someone in your room smiling.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a step up from having a dog, because like it's nice having a dog in part because you come home and there's someone excited who loves you. But the dog can't blow you. So
100%. It cannot,
or it can, but it's illegal and unethical.
Shouldn't do it.
Yeah. So
we're a strict non-bestiality podcast. No bestiality, no violence at the ceremony. Those are my rules.
Right. Fantastic. I can follow those for sure. Yeah. I'll even give the consent workshop before the wedding.
Love it.
Yes,
I love
before
it.
the reception.
No
one wanted touching. Please ask before you grind up on someone's ass.
There's always this weird like cocktail hour between the ceremony and the reception. I think that will be filled by you giving a consent workshop.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's
nice and easy. Just ask things, own your nose, give enthusiastic yeses, stuff like that.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can do it.
So
because we do need another straight guy explaining sex stuff to people.
Fucking hell, do we ever? It's man, oh man. Listen, fellas, white fellas, we can all just take a little moment to just sit back, relax, open up those ears, and shut those mouths.
Yeah, except for me every Wednesday. I have a show to
Billy.
put out.
Yeah. I guess I do too.
That's
whatever.
the thing. It's like, yes, guys should do that, except me, because it's me.
Because I'm awesome, right?
No, I'm one of the. You don't understand. I'm one of the good ones. I had a friend who. I asked her a question. I didn't like an incident went down in my house, and then and I hit her up to ask like kind of I just said, hey, can I be really fucking white for a second and ask a question? And then I did, but she was like, yeah, no, it's cool, Billy. You're one of the good whites. Ask away. I was like, don't call me a good white.
Yeah.
That's not healthy for my ego.
Yeah,
like that. Now you're gonna send a mediocre white man into the world feeling too good about himself.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Oh, look at me, guys. I'm one of the good whites.
One of the good ones,
You're a
baby.
good white. Yeah, hilarious.
Oof. So when you eventually tie the knot, which I hope happens for you, or if you'd like for it to happen,
at minimum, I would love to have some sort of what they call a nesting partner.
Perfect.
So even if it was like a not marriage thing, but a life commitment thing,
a Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon.
Oh, dude, I have a poster.
Do you really?
Of Susan Sarandon.
Wow.
Signed by a shit ton of porn stars.
That's amazing.
All I want to do is give to her in person.
She'd love it.
Yeah.
So who, fictional, historical, whatever, who would be your Mount Rushmore of groomsmen for you?
Ooh. That's a great question.
Thank you.
Because none of our friends make that list.
Oh, of course not.
0 friends, if you're being honest, ever make that list.
Yeah, Justin Gowell's not going up there. Trevor Smith's out, baby. Rick Flanagan.
You could be ticket taker at that Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
But no. I don't know. I think George Carlin is easily on there.
Yeah.
I think he's best.
What
man.
era of George? A lot of different eras of George.
I mean, I'm just a very grateful human. So like, I'll take any era. I mean, if we're taking the late era, it's going to be a much darker ceremony.
It's going to be a weird,
very open-minded.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would rather not the beginning and end. I'd probably skip.
Yeah, you don't want him. You don't want wacky weatherman. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I think I'd say Carlin.
Yeah.
I would say Chris Farley.
Okay.
I feel like this is going to end up being like a comedian's list.
Yeah.
Let me see if
They can be either gender, by the way.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Who just seems dope? Is like what I'm thinking. Who seems like a madman? That's so cool. I mean, why not toss it? Oh, Mark Ruffalo, 100%.
Oh my God,
give me Mark.
Oof.
Oh, what a man!
You guys can have an eyes off. Look at you, fucking handsome pricks.
No, Mark Ruffalo is just a better looking version of me.
Yeah,
he's like me if just things went better.
Yeah.
No, Mark Ruffalo. I think he's also just like a cool. Like he seems like a shining example of a man.
Seems like a good shit for sure.
And back when he was partying, Robert Downey Jr.
Okay,
my list is just comedians and Avengers.
Yeah, you and half comics, half Avengers. I love it.
And
that's great.
And give me, you know what? I don't even know much about her, but I feel like Bridget Everett would also be a party.
Okay, yeah,
I feel like she'd be a party.
She's your firecracker.
Yeah,
she's like gonna set it off.
Yeah,
I'm all about that. I think that's great. Yeah.
And then, that's 4. How many groomsmen? I'm like, what? How many groomsmen is one supposed to have? Like, how many slots am I fighting for?
It's interesting that you brought this up because this is one of the impetuses why I started the show.
Sure.
I've been to about, I think it's upwards around 15 weddings in the last 2 years,
Holy
2 or 3
shit.
years. So many.
How do you have any money left?
Oh, okay. That's a great question.
Sure.
And it's mostly Mal's friends because she is amazing at having and keeping friends. I've never seen anyone do it. I have like my 4 or 5 guys, and that seems crazy to me because just keeping male friendships, especially when you're in comedy, it's a task.
Male intimacy is a hard thing.
It's incredibly tough, I think. And so we would go to all these weddings, and the bride would have like 15 bridesmaids. And just so many, and they're all dressed the same, and they're all so excited. They're all crying. They're all giving speeches. They're very heartfelt, and it's amazing. It's great to see this just tribe of people.
Okay.
And the groom has like 3 guys, and one of which is the bride's brother.
So,
and I always just felt so bad for the groom that like I don't want that to be me, when I eventually get married. So I need a bunch of people.
Right.
So that's,
I'm going to be a groomsman at my sister's wedding next year.
Okay.
And what I'm about to describe, I am okay with.
Okay.
But her fiance and all of his, I am not invited to the bachelor party weekend, whatever.
Okay.
Because
that makes a lot of sense.
It's going to be all his friends. Yeah, but I want to be Zach Galifianakis sometimes. So it's going to be his friends, but they're going to like Arizona to go golfing. I don't golf. I don't want to go to Arizona. I can't afford to fly places. So it's good that I'm not going or wasn't invited, but also like I would have liked to have been invited.
A little bit of FOMO even?
No, I just more like I would want to be able to like get the invite
gesture.
and just so I can say no, but also so maybe I could say yes and fuck up their plan and be like, oh shit, Billy's coming. Okay,
crazy Billy.
He's gonna bring up the orgy stuff, and I'll be like, and that's the beauty of it. I won't, but they're gonna
think about it.
Oh, they're gonna bring it up because as soon as they know what I do for a living, they're gonna ask me every fucking kinky pervy question.
Yeah,
they've always wanted to ask when their girlfriend's not around.
What is the one question you're sick of getting?
Well, about the podcast concept of, are you ever gonna run out of women?
Oh,
are you ever gonna or even worse? I get this when I date or like, especially on dating apps. I'll get women ask me this, and somewhat sincerely, they'll be like, "So do you just like hook up with women so you can have more guests for your show
on the podcast,
or like to have them on as guests later?" And be like, "No," because I think that's gross, and I think
that's horrible.
Yeah, it's not fair for her, because like she may think like, "Oh, this guy genuinely is out."
It's a human being as well,
Yeah,
it's not just another person to have on your.
Right.
Yeah,
that's probably those are like the most frequent questions that if I never had to hear them again, I'd be so fine.
Yeah.
So I think it's those.
Yeah. Those are like I think a lot of times when people ask questions of someone who's in a unique situation, the question that they ask is what they would do if they were in that same situation and didn't have any moral compass or conscience.
Oh shit! So this kind of happened to me in a different context where one of my ex-girlfriends, when we had our first of 3 breakups, I break up in 3s. It takes me a while to learn.
You sad man.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks, buddy.
So apparently I was supposed to record with a friend, and so I was in the shower, and apparently 20 minutes before the recording, while I was in the shower, she stopped by the apartment, texted my roommate, gave her like a bag of my stuff, which I called a bag of sad.
Yeah.
Because it's this stuff. And
that's what I call my balls.
Your balls. Oh, gosh. And I texted my buddy. I was like, hey, would you be down to like unbag this with me on the podcast like that we're about to do? Because there's probably some... I thought it would be actually just kind of funny, but it ended up being a very sincere... There was some real shit in that bag.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of the items had some serious emotional weight to them.
Yeah.
And it ended up being a conversation about how I could have been a better boyfriend.
Wow, okay.
Because I recognize that from when we started dating to that first, maybe even second breakup, like I wasn't the best boyfriend, not in a malicious way, but just as like... I didn't know this was my first girlfriend out of college. Like, and we didn't start dating until I was, I think, 26 or 25. Oh. So this is my first like adult person girlfriend, learning curve. But we had a very sincere conversation about me not being great at dating.
Yeah.
Is not me shitting on my ex, not in the slightest. And then he told a beautiful story about how he met his soon-to-be fiance on Periscope. So it's a different story.
Okay.
So before we start recording, I post on Facebook like with a picture of it. I was like, hey, everyone, gonna Facebook Live, because I also put it on Facebook Live.
Stuff,
so I was like, hey, we're gonna unbag this. My ex just dropped off this stuff. We're gonna unbag it on Facebook Live. Go tune into the Manwhore Podcast Facebook page to watch it. And then I closed my laptop because Adam gets there. We talk. We turn the mics on. And I took out my phone to like set up the Facebook Live. I'm not checking notifications or anything.
Yeah.
And then we had that beautiful talk. He leaves. I turn on Facebook.
Yeah.
And people were pissed. Not at the Facebook Live or not under the Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Because 3 people watched it. And I could see who they were.
Yeah.
One of them was my ex. So whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
It's fine. So all these people were yelling at me like, how dare you? How could you do that to her? You're a piece of shit. Blah, 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 blah. I can't believe you. And I was like, literally, none of you watched it. I know because I can see who watched it. So everyone was projecting, I believe, what they thought I was going to do what they would do in that situation.
Yeah.
And they would shit on their ex.
For sure.
And I was like, no, I want to do introspection and learn how I could have been better.
Yeah.
So I get that too.
Yeah. Projecting I think I definitely do it almost every day, and it's a horrible habit. Yeah. But I think it's just...
And it causes the
human nature.
50 plus comments on a Facebook thread.
Yeah.
There's really never that I've had 50 comments on a thread and it was positive.
Yo, that's never the case.
Never.
That's never the case. That's just how Facebook works. Billy, this has been lovely.
This has been super good. You're a fun dude.
You too, man. This is good.
I'm really excited for your fake wedding.
Oh, it's going to be great when it happens in 2048.
What is y'all's deal? Is that even a conversation?
Yes, it is. Fast approaching. But basically,
how progressive are you? Is she gonna pop the question? That's my dream. That is my genuine dream is to be proposed to. Like I would get married earlier than I was prepared if she did an actual proposal.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think she secretly wants to do it, but the impetus is definitely on me to do it. And at this point, if she has to do it, it will not be a fun, nice thing. It'll be like, hey, we're doing this, and she'll throw a ring at me.
Oh, no. I want a viral YouTube-worthy wedding proposal to me. That's what I want. I've literally wasted hours on YouTube looking up flash mob wedding proposals. And then I cry and I dance in my room alone. I love it.
My 3 YouTube, I wouldn't even say guilty pleasures. They're just pleasures. That, videos of just a bunch of professional wrestling moves in a row. And then number 3, a soldier comes home to his dog. Those are my 3. I love
That's
him so
very
much.
Michigan of you.
Oh,
The soldier comes home.
That
video.
is soldier coming home to the dog. Whoa, the dog remembers him. He was in Iraq. It's great.
Yeah.
But there's one more thing. There's two more things. Oh shit, there's two more things we got to do. I usually have my producer who keeps me on track. I just pointed at my record player. That's
The first 2 years of my podcast, I would have a guest here, and I would say something to the audience, but I would look here.
Yeah.
I would completely turn by and be like, hey, guys, you know what? You remember from last week, everybody? And then the guests would be sitting there and be like, what
the fuck are you doing? Yeah. But every once in a while, I try and stay as engaged as possible, but I'll look away because I'm like, you are waiting for an answer, and I just need to think about this for a second. Sure. But right now, before we get to the creme de la creme, the best man speech, we do our weekly ASMR minute. So for a little bit of time, we're going to do a little ASMR noises into the microphone.
What's ASMR?
ASMR is just like little silly noises.
Okay.
And then people listen to it. Just stuff like that. People listen to it, and it gives them a sensation. It gives them little tingles. And Cardi B said that it helps her with her migraines, and we're trying to get her on the show. So
Before she goes to prison.
Yes, exactly. So we're trying to get her on the show. Get her in here with some ASMR. Yeah. Just push some buttons on the TV remote. Oh, that's good. That's good ASMR. It's just silly noises. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Okay.
That was a good ASMR minute. That was good. I love an ASMR newbie who comes in, they don't know. They don't know. But if you look at some of these ASMR videos online, they have like 50 million hits. It's crazy. People use it to go to sleep and stuff. Not everyone gets it, but it's supposed to like make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up a little bit, give you a little bit of like the shivers, you know what I mean?
I don't need to listen to that because I could just like listen to the noises of New York City as I go to sleep. Like New York City is just a huge ASMR video. Yeah. Like that's just all it is. There's just noises all over the place, but they're calming. Like sleeping in silence is uncomfortable for me.
Oh, it's miserable.
And I would probably need that. But being in New York City, like
we're right in the thick of River North in Chicago. We pop the window open. It helps. It helps, man. And so with that, it is time for you to do the speech. We'll call in Jeff, our Foley artist. Jeff's going to come in. He'll do the noise that we make to start the speech. I'm just going to take that. And then you'll go. And just from your heart.
From the heart. Okay.
All right.
Oh, boy. Thank you, everyone. And I'm so honored to be given this speech as we witness Mike and what's her name again?
Mallory.
Melanie, yes. Mike and Melanie. Ever since I met Mike 2 hours ago, I just knew we were going to be such friends, and I was so flattered when he asked if I would be his best man. Honestly, I always thought I was more of like third groomsman from the right. That's where I thought I was. So it was a shock and an honor for me. And, love is a metal can, Love is a Game Boy. Love is... I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's just too beautiful. But, I'll never forget the bachelor party and that time with the rope, and you know what I'm talking about. Melanie, don't worry, it's not a drug resistant strain of gonorrhea, so it's fine. May your marriage be long and fruitful and well lubricated. Mike and whatever her name is, everybody.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Great work. Hey, good stuff. That's the other thing. That's another set of hands to clap after the best man speech. Good stuff. Just so we all know, my girlfriend's name is
Melanie.
Mulnery.
Yeah, no, whatever. No.
Is Mulaney.
Mulaney. Oh, you're with John Mulaney. Oh.
I'm
Julia Mulaney.
She's a great gal. Fantastic. Real quick before I send down my ruling from on high as to whether or not you made it in, I should let you know.
Do people not make it?
0 for 36.
Huh?
Oh, we're 0 for 36 so far.
Seriously?
No one's made it.
No one?
No
not
one.
even Shannon?
Not even Big Shan.
Not Big. Is that what we call
That's
them?
what I call
Big Shan. Okay, I'm gonna greet them Friday as Big Shan.
Please, what's up, Big Shan?
And hope
and
that
they're
goes
gonna be
well.
like, what?
Okay.
0 for 36. Before that, just plug whatever you want to plug. This will come out next Wednesday.
Sure. So
sorry, you can't bump up the numbers for.
It's fine. So yeah, you can check out my show, the Manwhore Podcast, anywhere you're listening to a podcast. If you just search the word Manwhore, I pop right up. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is at the Billy Procida, and Instagram is at Billy is Procida.
That's nice. I like that. If I just Google Manwhore, are you the first thing that pops up?
I believe I'm on that first page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's big.
But if you put Manwhore into any podcast,
thing, you're number one.
I'm
okay.
Right there, yeah.
1 word, 2 words?
That is weird that there are people think Manwhore's 2 words. It's a common.
I thought it was.
I genuinely get people say, I can't find the show. I'm like, well, because it's 1 word, you fucking moron.
Why would it be 1 word?
No, it's Manwhore. Because we're appropriating a different word.
Yeah.
By putting man on it. No.
I love it.
Because otherwise it's just like, man.
Whore.
What a whore.
Which is literally the opposite of what you're doing with the show.
Yeah, and if you think like, oh my God, I would never listen to something called Manwhore, especially from a dude or a straight dude. No, I promise you, it's accidentally feminist. I get accused of feminism daily. It's so weird. Yeah. So it's a very sex positive show. You very much probably like it.
It is. I will say this: you come at everything you talk about with a level of genuine either curiosity or honesty or openness that I think is kind of missing in our society right now. So there's my
thank you.
There's my little bump. With that said, it's time for the rubber to meet the road and see if you're gonna be a baloney boy or a baloney bitch. Here we go. Billy of.
Do you know how to say my last name?
Procida?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I know how to spell it. P-O-R-C-I-D-A?
P-R-O-C-I-D-A.
P-R-O.
I'm just saying I've also done that where I try to skip through the last name real quickly.
All the time.
I'm like, Blythe.
We've both hosted open mics. I bring down from on high the ruling of Bologna Boys v. And you didn't make it in. Didn't do it. 0 for 37. Sorry, bud. I can't.
Do I still get an invite to the wedding?
Oh, of course.
All
yeah,
right.
you got to do the seminar. You're gonna rap. It's tricky. It's gonna be amazing.
Great. I can't wait.
Billy, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Was
this
lovely.
was amazing.
This was a great time. Thank you so much. Till next week. I'll talk to you later. Till death do us part. Peace.